Hey, how's that mile, twin?
My bad.
No, I'm asking. I'm not being funny.
It's 10 times better than that bullshit.
Well, that's because you got butterscotch and black and mild flavor and shit. He was like, give me the nastiest one y'all got. He was like, yeah, we got these butterscotch.
Man, that's black licorice and butterscotch. It's terrible.
They was like, we got these. It tastes like dried out weasel.
Is yours a condenser mic?
Nah, his goes with the Road Master.
Right.
It still might be a condenser mic, though.
It's
That's
not.
just the type.
It's not know-it-all. Fuck you. Nah, this is gonna be the episode where I fucking slit dude's throat. Fuck dude.
Yo, hey.
We're frenemies now.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Nah,
Georgia.
you might want to turn it down a little bit.
Georgia.
All right, how about that? That's like 60 right there.
Yep.
Georgia.
The whole day through. It's that old sweet song that keeps Georgia on round.
Georgia. That boy was getting his rock on.
Right.
Like, ooh, shit. He's the only one I knew that could hug himself. Like, ooh, shit. That shit feel good.
Hey, I love you, bitch.
I like ice cream. Alien.
Pass me that. Pass me that heroin. So I can
I like to taste the heroin.
What would you like?
I like fried ice cream. I like when I eat my fried ice cream. That's it right there. That's that Wyclef Jean.
right.
Yeah.
When I was president, I was erected on.
That nigga sitting up there like,
I was
boing. I had an erection on Friday.
I was on Saturday.
That's that shit.
I had a
right
baby on Sunday when I was president.
Say that shit right there, man. When I was. That motherfucker meant that. Didn't
Tell
he?
the truth. Instead of spending millions on the war. I wish I had dread so I can. Instead of spending millions on the war, I would spend on the ghetto.
Well, you ain't too far from having dreads. Motherfucking luxurious Samson locks.
I don't know if I could pull them off.
Nigga, you've been getting different hairstyles every 5 years since I've known you, bro.
I don't know if I could do dreads.
I think wax. He's the only motherfucker still holding on.
Shit, what you mean holding on? We was holding on. He got it.
That's Little House on the Prairie Hill with shit, hair right there and shit. You can go out in the meadows and shit with that hair.
A little Laura Ingram.
You damn right. And twirl about in the fields.
That little Joe.
Hell yeah. Like, well, where's Dude at? He's in the fields twirling about with his dreads. Like, my nigga, your hair. You know Samson personally. And I ain't talking about Samson Simpson. I'm talking about biblical Samson.
Right.
Like, you knew what was inside of his hair. Somehow, like...
He said it's that peanut butter solution, which I didn't even know that was a movie reference. You're the only nigga that ever knew that ever seen that movie.
That's because I had access to the basement of Triangle News when Zolly owned it. Zolly bought that shit from Yugoslavia. For those of y'all that don't know, Triangle News in China was a big ass fucking building back in the day on 7th Avenue that we used to frequent at. It had video games. Back in the day, a pool, billiard, you know, you could wild out. And then next door was Jay's News, and we used to wild out. You know, they had a little downstairs.
Right, little arcade system.
But yeah, Zolly had me back there. It like, there was like a little fucking, like a panic room in the back of the Triangle News. He was like,
watching vintage.
He was like, we'll go to panic room. Because y'all remember, like, Zolly had that, like, Yugoslavian accent. Right. He was like, we'll go to panic room and watch Peanut Butter Solution. The motherfucker was back there feeding me saltines with like this this Russian Ukrainian fucking peanut butter and shit. I'm like, what the hell?
It was made out of like Ukrainian peanuts.
He was like,
strictly.
He tried to give me those as a snack.
They were Siberian peanuts.
He was like, you eat Siberian peanut butter. It does not freeze. It's crisp.
They grow in cold.
He's like, these only peanuts grow in cold in elephant shit. I'm like, damn. So not only is it creamy peanut butter, but it gets you high. It's weird. It's like mushrooms.
Right.
But yeah, Zolly put me onto that back in the 80s. Yeah. So shout out to Zolly and Mrs. Zolly, the blonde-haired lady that had the exact same accent. I thought they was related, like the husband Zolly's brother.
Right.
To me.
Zolly. I forgot all about Zolly.
Man, Zolly was a big deal. And there's no telling Zolly's backstory. Like, we needed the backstory to Zolly.
That'd be a good story, man. Because like, nobody knows where he's from, what hardships. Yeah,
what happened to Zolly?
And
Zolly
when did he get here?
Shit, what, 82?
That's when we found out about Zolly. He could have been living in somebody's basement in the 70s.
Zolly might have been a Nazi.
Yeah, right.
Zolly might have
run.
That just knew how to speak Ukraine.
Right, that got out right in time. He was like, let me get the fuck out of this damn shit before I get in trouble.
The whole thing about Zolly is he always spoke in third person, so we didn't know where he was from. He was like, Zolly knew Anne Frank. Zolly wrote for Anne Frank's nephew, Jonathan Frank. Like, he always had a way to, like, make me feel like the shit was 100% honest.
Zolly.
I mean, think about it. Growing up in Beaver Falls, man, we had the luxury of having all these storefronts with, like, a lot of stuff going on. Right. So, Triangle News back in the day.
It was cracking.
And then when they, like, if you called up there and wanted to know how popping it was, like, just by calling up there, the first thing they say is, Triangle News in China. I'm like, in China? What was the China part about?
Right, like where was it? I don't remember no China being sold there.
Like there was never not like a Chinese guy in the back with like a little case of magwas and shit.
Or no plates. Or like that's in China usually is like Chinese plate. They gonna be like China dishware. Like,
no, I thought you was talking about some plates. I was like, shit, I could go for like a number 7 and shit with like 2 egg rolls.
Well, none of that either. Plates. It was just pool and fucking
video
drugs.
Oh yeah.
And teenage crime.
But
there was like teenage crime waves coming out of Zolly's.
By the time 87 hit, Zolly had like 2 bodies and shit.
Right.
He was like, Zolly not even remember crime. You brought on Zolly's doorstep. Zolly no come to your doorstep.
When did Triangle News like disappear? Like that was like
I don't know.
High school.
It became like a antique store after a while.
It did.
Right? And then it just fell off the map after that. But probably high school. Right. Like we was probably in like 10th grade when it started cracking.
It should be the spot before school. I wasn't allowed there though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I told you, man. They had a whole bunch of teen crime coming out.
It was the spot. It was always I'd go get a donut and then have to walk past. Like I want to go in there. But
I was in there.
That was like the prime spot to skip. Like for kids who wasn't going to school, they were gonna stop by Zolly's or Triangle News. Would
you compare that to like that little spot on Juice where they used to like go down there and play that game?
With Samuel L. Jackson.
Mr. Quiles, not Mr. Quiles, but the
Jackson.
Yeah.
Would y'all consider that to be like
pretty much
either that or like where the foot soldiers met on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and shit?
That was downstairs next door at Jay.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it was cracking out of there, man.
Man,
I've been in that panic
you
room.
become a foot soldier fucking around over there.
Right.
You fuck around. Learn some ninja shit.
I will tell you this. I definitely thought. Now it's funny that you said that because I did think that Krang was down in the basement of that.
He probably was pulling shit. Yeah, he was putting off crime.
How was he recruiting niggas and shit?
Is this on? Shredder, you stupid imbecile. Come here, Shredder. Come here, you son of a bitch's mother. Come here, Shredder.
We need more young black youth.
I'm gonna put this thing called crack out. And his laugh was so fucking like. His laugh was like nobody's business,
Crack
man.
was responsible for the crack epidemic.
I'm gonna put this thing called crack out, Shredder. It's a little thing in a valve and it makes you feel all good inside, Shredder. I mean, that boy had the whole, like, he lived in the bottom of a Jay's.
That's funny.
But he had access because somehow they tunneled their way from Triangle New. Like, they had access all the way down to the Aquatic Garden.
Right.
His main headquarters was in the bottom of the Aquatic Garden.
Facts. It was just all fronts. It was all storefronts.
Listen.
You know what I mean? But they had a whole bunch of like illegal shit underneath it.
He's like, I got aliens underneath Arms Donuts. I got it popping here, Shredder. He was like, I don't need you. I'm running a counterfeiting service down at Mervis, Shredder. With every milkshake, I get to turn $1.
Yo.
Like, he was fucking, like, Krang, look, to me,
Craig was the plug, man.
he was the plug. He had everything cracking back in the day.
That's pure Colombian.
But they was like getting money out of Red Bull too. Like that's where they would launder the money.
There and bondages. Like bondages was set. That's why they can give you 100 pieces of penny candy for 15 cents.
Right.
That candy was stellar shit, but it was fire.
That's why they didn't want you to touch none of the toys because it was crack behind them toys. That's why
It was in the toys.
Right.
It was like
they smuggled it.
They smuggled them in those airplanes and rockets we used to buy for science class back in the day. That motherfucker had a whole headquarters in fucking U-Slingies, man. It's so funny that you said the foot soldiers, bro. Because back in the day, it was that huge to me, man.
Right. That's what it felt like. Like we was doing something we shouldn't have been doing, or seeing something we shouldn't see.
Seeing? You hit the nail right. Ding, 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 ding. What do we have for him, Johnny? Like, you were 100% right. Because the shit that these eyes witnessed down there, I'm like, why are they shaking hands and money is involved? Like,
Right.
That was like the first allure of, bringing you into the introductory of.
Right. That shit used to go down. That shit used to go down at Triangle News. Shout out Triangle News.
Shout out to Triangle News and Jay's for
and Orms for getting me to where I'm at now with this shit.
Now listen.
Orms, I blame you.
In your defense. Because I got the same problem. I got the spare tire going on.
Right.
Them some bitches were 50 cents back in the day. Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Not at all.
And they were way bigger.
They were huge.
They were like
and freshly warm.
Mm-hmm.
Can we explain to them what we're talking about? They call them bear claw or wagon wheels now.
I don't know what they call them. I called that shit diabetes. Like that shit was delicious.
Say it like Wilford Brimley.
Diabetes.
But go ahead. Yeah.
Nah, like the cinnamon, like them things was this big, man, and they were 50 cents.
What was your lineup? Okay. Jay's News, Orange Donuts. We're going to school. It's 6:54 in the morning.
Right.
You're walking up that hill. For me, it was a walk up. For y'all, it was like a walk down. You going to Jay's first. What was you getting?
Penny candy.
So
Jay's was penny candy and an iced tea and a Fikes.
Was there any of those things we used to call sticks?
Oh,
straws.
Straws. That's it.
Straws.
God.
Was that in the mix?
Hell yeah.
What about tear jerkers?
All of that shit, man.
That all comes to penny candy. You know what I mean? Like, even though it was like 5 or 10 cents, that's considered.
So how much do you think you would spend daily in Jay's?
Well, not daily, like 50 cents I spend there and then go hit up Orms.
Okay,
And
what about you, dude?
Probably the same.
It was on from there.
Because old boy and Jay's used to dig his dirty ass hands in the whole thing and just grab a hand. Let me get 20. He just put his dirty mitts, and you could see they was dirty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't give a fuck because it was like, look, he's showing love
So I can't
give me
say
100
nothing.
pieces of candy for 20 cents.
So basically, you just let that whole situation ride.
Pretty
Like,
much.
man, I just got done.
Well, I don't know what he was doing, but his mitts was definitely dirty, and he was to reach his hand. And didn't have no tongs.
Nothing.
He just reach his mitts right in there and just bless you with a whole bunch of whatever you asked for. I'm like, hey, I'm willing to take that risk for all of this candy.
So basically, why we was getting sick back in the day was because of them hands and shit.
Pretty much.
But we sacrificed that for extra fucking 2 scoopfuls of raisins.
Right. I was about to say, man, he was counting money, doing all kind of nasty shit.
Oh my God, he was dapping up all type of motherfucking criminals and doing all type of shit like, hey.
Running numbers and shit.
Right.
Like,
And then shout out later on when Mike was there, he used to let us get them blunts on credit.
Yeah, he did.
That nigga was like, just pay me tomorrow. I'd be like, thanks, Mike, man.
But tomorrow never came.
No, never. He probably costing people so much money in blunts because he used to just give us blunts. Like, cause we were, back in the day, we get up like, all right, let's get. You got 5, I got 5, and there's always somebody that come around and ain't got shit.
Hell yeah, that's an extra set of lungs on the blunt.
And they follow you around the whole day because they know we trying to get a bag.
What y'all know about back in the day having that same type of equation set up, and the weed being terrible, us having to get that shit, and then trying to shake them motherfucking extra set of lungs.
Them extra set of lungs was always around.
and I was about to say it was the most endurable. Like they walk 4 miles with us. Like we be walking to try to get rid of them. And they keep up and being like leading the fucking pack.
And having extra shit to say. So like, man, fellas. So like, okay, once we get down here, we gonna set the whole brigade up.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Nigga,
You're not even supposed to be here right now.
And we'd have like a little secret beat like, we gotta ditch this, we gotta get rid of this motherfucker so we can smoke this blunt.
And then you look up and shit, he's in the fucking powwow like, yeah, man, this motherfucker's bad news.
Right, like, we talking about your ass.
Hell yeah. That shit was hilarious. Now listen, y'all out there, we gotta figure out how the hell we're gonna get y'all to comment, subscribe, and like, and share this.
Right.
How about we start with this right here? See that right there? Comment, subscribe, like, share. So, do that. Let us know about your experiences going to school and how you guys felt, and your whole morning ritual on what made you do what you did in the morning for school.